Christmas is a festival of hope and love, collection of feasts, each reflecting the moments of Christ. Oh yes, NTA Harcourt Christmas Party is here again with the theme, Joy to the World, to share with you the beauty of this season. Come with family and friends. We have fun-filled, colorful and captivating activities like spoken words, drink competition, games, Christmas carnival parade and lots more. The arrival of Santa Claus. Date is Thursday, December 11, 2025. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue, NTA Harcourt Gardens. Gate fee 2,000 naira per participant. First 10 schools to register and first 3 schools to arrive, securing 5-minute slots for presentation of choice. Hurry now and grab these incentives. For bookings and inquiries, please call the following numbers: 080-3311-4030 and 081-184-18881. Cheers to the spark of fun. Sponsors. A season to share. It's a season to celebrate. Oh yes, Christmas is here again. The Nigerian Television Authority Port Harcourt Network Center invites you to celebrate with us as we usher in the Yuletide through our 2025 Carol of 9 Lessons with the theme Celebrating God's Greatest Gift to the World. Luke 2 verse 10. Guest minister, Reverend Father Professor Walter Ihejirika, Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Special guest of honor, Her Excellency, Professor Mrs. Ngozi Ma Odu, Deputy Governor, Rivers State. Chairman of the event, Sir Israel N. Amadi, Chairman, Rivers State Local Government Commission. Royal Father of the Day, Ezi Barrister Gospawa Oneaku, the President General Obako Ikwere. Mother of the Day, Mrs. Ifoma Chukwogu, Administrator, Jefta Comprehensive Secondary School, and other special guests. Host, Paul Ate, Zonal Director, Nigerian Television Authority Port Harcourt. The event will feature musical performances and special rendition by selected choirs. Date, Wednesday 17 December 2025. Venue, NTA Port Harcourt Multipurpose Hall. Time, 3 p.m. prompt. Join us as we raise our voices unto God.
It is clear that the way a person dresses can affect how successful he or she can be. So, put more effort into your wardrobe.
I want to assure parents and guardians of these children that will be safely delivered to them very, very soon.
Another wave of relief sweeps Mina as Governor Bago receives 100 released Papiri school children.
When you pay your fair share, you are directly investing in the school your child attends, the road to your businesses, and the security that guards your homes.
Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Federal government launches My Nigeria, My Responsibility campaign.
Not every idea will become a startup, but it is a sincere hope some will evolve into patents and licensable technologies.
What a time to be a Nigerian student as federal government unveils 3 billion naira landmark initiative for student-led innovation. Hello and welcome to the Network News on NTA. I'm Najaa Tutujani. Glad to be back from a brief vacation. Joining me from Lagos is Adiola Komiakere. While right here in Abuja on the business segment is Musa Abubakar, and on the sports, keeping us up to speed in the world of sports, Ayo Makindi. Let's start with you, Ayo. What have you got for us?
Well, it's a good day in the Nigeria Premier Football League for Nasarawa United as they've regained top spots after a 1-0 victory over Shooting Stars of Ibadan.
Thank you, Ayo. How about Musa? What's happening?
Is the weekend positive territory?
All right, that's good to know. Remember that this broadcast is being streamed live on our website, nta.ng/live. And do follow us across social media. Our handles are displayed on your screen, rather. Now the news in detail. Niger State Governor Muhammad Umaru Bago has received 100 students and pupils kidnapped from St. Mary's Catholic School, Papiri, in Agwara local government area of the state, giving assurance of the release of those still in captivity. Representative of the federal government who rescued the hostages, Wing Commander Abdullahi Dari, formally handed over the children to the state government. Husseina Musa reports.
The release of the abductees was as a result of intense and coordinated operation conducted by the Office of the National Security Advisor, Department of State Security Services, and the Armed Forces, as well as other security agencies. The feat deepens the federal government's resolve to protect the lives and livelihoods of the citizens, even as it provides short protective measure in high-risk areas.
We are implementing immediate short-term protective measures in high-risk areas, while concurrently working with state government, traditional and religious leaders to develop lasting community-based security solution. For education, it will not be casualty of violence. We will continue to pursue policies and operations that restore confidence, will open schools safely, and ensure that the right of every Nigerian child to learn in safety is upheld.
We wish to recover the remaining students that are still in captivity, and by the grace of God, in a very short time from now, we're going to record them, inshallah. I want to reassure parents and guardians of these children that will be safely delivered to them very, very soon. We have called on medical health workers to come and look at them. They will be checked properly and before taking them back to the parents. We are working closely with CAN to make sure that they are safely returned back home.
The release of the 100 abductees 17 days after the kidnapping brings relief to some parents, but uncertainty and anxiety persist for families of those still in captivity, including their teachers, highlighting the need for continued efforts to secure their safe return. Emena Husseina Musa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has commended security agencies for their tireless effort in securing the freedom of the 100 students of Papiri Catholic School in Niger State. While expressing his joy over the safe return of the students, the president equally charged the security agencies to ensure the swift release of the remaining 115 and their teachers who are still being held hostage. President Tinubu gives assurance to the parents that both the federal and Niger State governments are working closely to reunite all abducted students with their families. The president emphasizes that from now on, security agencies working with the governors must prevent future kidnappings, as children should no longer be sitting ducks for heartless terrorists intent on disrupting their education and subjecting them and their parents to unspeakable trauma. President Bola Tinubu this Monday met with 6 state governors, including Monday Opeolo of Edo State, Umar Namadi of Jigawa, Nasir Idris of Kebbi, Ahmed Ododo of Kogi, Lucky Aidatiwa of Ondo State, and Ahmed Aliu of Sokoto. The meeting lasted about 40 minutes behind closed doors. Details of the meeting were not disclosed, but State House correspondent Musbau Lawahab reports that the president is continuing consultations on how to strengthen security across states of the Federation. The federal government just secured the release of 100 out of the students kidnapped by bandits in Niger State, following the earlier release of those taken away in Kebbi State. Vice President Kashim Shettima was among African leaders who witnessed the inauguration of President Alassane Ouattara as the re-elected leader of Côte d'Ivoire for the 4th term in office. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports that the Vice President also met with World Bank Director of Operations Anna Schroet in Abidjan.
African leaders in Abidjan, alongside other prominent personalities from across the world, to witness the inauguration of President Alassane Ouattara of Côte d'Ivoire for the 4th time in office. Vice President Kashim Shettima witnessed the event, representing President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Palace in Abidjan. Alassane Ouattara was re-elected for a 4th term in office on October 25, 2025, as President of Côte d'Ivoire, a West African country that shares cordial diplomatic ties with Nigeria.
Toutes les personnes et toutes les institutions qui ont travaillé.
President Alassane Ouattara promised to extend on his legacies for the well-being of his citizens and democratic governance, as well as strengthen diplomatic relations among nations. Nigeria and Côte d'Ivoire have collaborated significantly within ECOWAS and the African Union, especially on security and trade. Meanwhile, the World Bank has applauded the reforms policies of President Tinubu's administration, pledging to heighten its partnership with the nation on energy, job creation and gender empowerment initiatives. The global financial institution stated this in Abidjan when Vice President Kashim Shettima received in audience the Managing Director Operations of the World Bank Group, Ms. Anne, on the sidelines of the presidential inauguration.
This is why we are focused on investment in human capital, on gender empowerment initiatives, investments in the digital economy, and of course on agriculture for enhanced productivity. This way it will be a win-win situation. The early childhood development program with the there was a study done in Peru where the gray matter infrastructure of a young child who is well-paid and a malnourished child were compared. Those stunted kids are permanently disabled for life.
The Managing Director Operations of the World Bank Group, Ms. Anne, commended Nigeria for taking pragmatic initiatives to position the country on the right path, noting that the World Bank is willing to partner more on energy and enhancement of the girl-child education in Nigeria. From Abidjan, Rahman Jibrila, NTA News.
Well, it seems I'm more right-handed than left-handed, so I had to switch. And still on diplomatic relations, the Deputy President of the Senate and First Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, Barrow Jibrin, has hailed President Bola Tinubu for promptly acceding to the request of the government of Benin Republic for Nigeria's military intervention to thwart the coup attempt in the country. The swift intervention of the Nigerian armed forces played a leading role in foiling the coup and restoring law and order in the neighboring country. Barrow, in a statement by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ismail Mudashir, describes democracy as the best system of government, noting that military government has no place in the modern world scheme of things. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, says the armed forces is reinforcing its joint operation to stay ahead of Nigeria's evolving security threats. In a message delivered at the 2025 Defense Exhibition, the CDS explained that the reforms would be driven by the creation of a permanent joint theater command, improved intelligence coordination, and technology-driven operations. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
From advanced weapon systems, drones to communication equipment and tactical combat vehicles, the exhibition showcases indigenous military hardware and the rising demand for force multipliers on land, sea and air. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede, stressed that modern warfare have moved beyond the traditional domain, a development that requires strategic thinking and stronger collaboration across the entire security architecture.
It's actually frightening that in future we might not be fighting, human against human. We might be fighting robots, autonomous weapon systems, human footprints will try to be raised in all the spheres of warfare. And then we're having the advent of what they call killer robots, a situation where in future these things take over. How well are we prepared for this? We're looking at having integrated command centers in preparation for our future wars.
In every foreign missions that our armed forces have participated, will come first, be it ECOMOG, be it United Nations. So I am 100% convinced that in no time, with these new applications of new technologies, I am convinced that Nigeria will come on top again.
Stakeholders believe that partnerships emerging from the expo could enhance Nigeria's defense posture, particularly technology-driven warfare and improved joint operations. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Well, still on operations, Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum has paid a solidarity visit to troops of 2-5 Task Force Brigade of the Nigerian Army, restating the support of government and people of the state for their relentless fight against Boko Haram ISWAP insurgents. The governor addressed troops at the frontline military base in Damboa, headquarters of Damboa local government area. Muhammad Goni reports.
The visit was part of the governor's tour of communities in southern Borno affected by recent terror attacks. Governor Zulum said he was in Damboa to commiserate with the troops over the recent setback that claimed the lives of some personnel.
Since the incident that has happened in Damboa about a month ago, both the federal government of Nigeria and indeed the Borno State government are working in partnership with a view to providing the necessary requirements to the Nigerian military with a view to ending this crisis.
He acknowledged their sacrifice and daily commitment, commending what he described as their giant efforts in the ongoing battle to secure Borno State and protect civilians from the threat of Boko Haram. Professor Zulum also inspected the newly built ultramodern General Hospital Damboa, waiting for inauguration. In Chibok headquarters of Chibok local government, the governor commiserated with residents over the loss of lives and property following terror attacks. He announced financial assistance of 1 million naira to each bereaved family and 500,000 naira to those whose property were destroyed during the recent attacks. Governor Zulum further inspected ongoing construction of a mega school in Chibok, expressing satisfaction with the quality of work and urging the contractor to expedite action to meet the completion target. The governor also assessed erosion damage on a section of Chibok-Damboa Road and directed the Commissioner for Works to commence temporary repairs as the state works out a permanent solution. In Maiduguri, Muhammad Goni, NTA News.
Disinformation has become a major threat to modern policing, leading to lack of trust in security agencies by the citizens. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, stated this at the annual Police Public Relations Officers Conference in Abuja. Francis Form reports that the IGP, however, charged his men not to relent in correcting the wrong narrative.
Seated here are the various public relations officers of the force for the 2025 annual conference of the Police Public Relations Officers.
Your role as public relations officers is not peripheral.
Inspector General of Police described the annual convergence as more than a routine calendar event, but a strategic national engagement designed to strengthen the capacity of the force to engage the public, shape narratives constructively, and deepen trust between the police and the citizens.
Public relations function of the Nigerian police has become a frontline operational instrument in the security environment where information warfare, misinformation, disinformation, and perception management have become major challenges. The battle for the mind is now as critical as the battle against crime. And you, our public relations officers, stand as commanders on the front line of that battle.
We have to find ways to address the damages that AI-generated fake news is causing to the public space.
Every community interaction and every media engagement is an opportunity to reinforce the values of integrity.
We will do more to project the giant strides of this administration. We will bring the police closer to the people, and together we will lead the charge against fake news.
Beyond statistics and enforcement achievements, the IGP urged PROs to humanize policing by telling stories of compassion, sacrifice, mediation, and service, adding that Nigerians must see and hear about officers who go beyond the call of duty to save lives and restore peace. Francis from NTA News.
This is the network news on NTA. More about the My Nigeria project right after the break. Stay tuned.
Heart of Owerri, business never sleeps. From sunrise to sundown, the wheels keep turning. And behind the scenes, vision meets action. Governor Hope Uzodinma's leadership has turned manifestos into reality, transformations that feels like a miracle. But progress needs peace, and in Imo, it's not left to chance. From land to sky to river deep, guardians are watching, protecting dreams and opportunity. Orashi's quiet shore, hydropower is rising, set to energize a growing economy. The change is visible. New roads emerge, industry hums, communities come alive. At the center, a digital revolution. 500,000 young minds trained each year to build the future. As Orashi rises, so does Imo and the hopes of a hard-working people. A new Imo is on the rise.
The chairman and members of the Senate Committee on Finance invites the general public and stakeholders to a one-day public hearing on the Ministry of Finance Incorporated Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2025, SB 844, date Wednesday 10th December 2025, time 2 p.m. prompt, venue Conference Hall 231, Senate New Building, National Assembly Complex Abuja. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, GCON, Senate President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Host, Senator Mohammed Sani Musa, CON, Committee Chairman.
The Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, under the auspices of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, is unveiling its Enterprise Content Management System, ECMS. Theme, driving the marine and blue economy sector through digital innovation. Date Tuesday, the 9th of December 2025. Time 10 a.m. Venue, Lagos Osun Hall, MI Wing, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Distinguished special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator George Akume, CON, KSJI, FNMI, Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Special guest of honor, Mrs. Didi Esther Wilson Jack, CON, Head of Civil Service of the Federation. Chief host, His Excellency Adigboyega Oyetola, CON, Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Announcer, Management.
a business owner, trader, or SME in Nigeria? Did you know you can sell your goods across West Africa duty-free? That's right! No customs duties, no extra charges, just easy access to millions of new customers across the 12 ECOWAS countries. With the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme, the process is free and possible, reduces import dependency, boosts entrepreneurship, and creates jobs. Don't be left out. Get informed, apply, get certified, and take your business across borders with the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme today. For more details, visit us at ECOWAS National Office, 4th floor, West Wing, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Tafawa Balewa House, Abuja, Nigeria. Visit our website on www.ecowasnationalunit.ng or call 0815-514-5320 or send an email to ecowasnationalunit2@gmail.com.
The Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, is pleased to announce the 28th quarterly meeting with the Executive Chairman of State Universal Basic Education Boards. Date of arrival, Tuesday, the 9th of December 2025. Departure, Friday, the 12th of December 2025. Theme, Implementation of Digital Monitoring Systems for Accountable and Transparent Basic Education Delivery. The meeting will focus on establishing a clear roadmap for deploying digital monitoring systems, strengthening transparency and accountability in basic education delivery nationwide. The meeting will be preceded by the commissioning of Islamic Development Bank on Wednesday, the 10th of December 2025, by the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Tunji Alausa. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, Executive Governor of Borno State. We extend our warm regards and wish all participants a safe journey. This announcement is from the Executive Secretary of UBEC, Aisha Garba. Education for all is the responsibility of all.
May every move you make this festive season radiate with joy. Glow Unlimited.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
The only tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness. Eat healthy to live longer. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Thanks for staying tuned. The federal government has promised to harness the nation's dominant population, the youth, through adequate support to sustain the implementation of its policies geared towards building a secure democratic society. President Bola Tinubu was represented by the Minister of Information and National Orientation at the unveiling of the My Nigeria, My Responsibility project at the State House. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports.
This event demonstrates the successes being recorded in transforming the youth and showcase their determination to remain critical partners in advancing purposeful governance. The president represented says his administration is intentional in reigniting patriotism through responsible citizenship, as evident in the administration's journey so far.
When you pay your fair share, you are directly investing in the school your child attends, the road to your businesses, and the security that guards your homes. That is the essence of My Nigeria, My Responsibility. Today, the NEL Fund has brought into active beneficiaries over 600,000 Nigerian students. 120 billion naira has already been expended in just less than 2 years. Just imagine what this will do at the end of the first term of this administration.
The Birth of My Nigeria, My Responsibility campaign is an initiative for value reorientation among the people.
From today, you have to ask yourself, what is my responsibility to my nation? Once you do that, you see a clear pathway to national rebirth and national consolidation.
The government has its own responsibilities, institutions have their mandate, but the soul of any nation is carried by its people. When citizens embrace integrity, respect for the law, community service, and patriotism, development becomes not just possible, but inevitable.
A nation rises when its citizens rise. It falls when its citizens withdraw or retreat into apathy. In all of this, responsive leadership and followership with responsibility are necessary.
Participants were unanimous that the new initiative, when channeled to the right audience using the right platforms, will reignite patriotism and engender development. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
My Nigeria, my responsibility. And now the federal government has earmarked 3 billion naira as equity grant for eligible students, STEM students, science, technology, engineering, mathematics and medical sciences to commercialize their innovations. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, announced this at the launch of the initiative tagged Student Venture Capital Grant SVCG program. Zenret Dingmun reports.
Advancing research and developing intellectual property beyond the idea stage is one way to spark the fire of ingenuity in young Nigerians. Targeting STEM students, this program is a strategic intervention to mine the next generation of high-impact solution generators right from the campuses.
From pioneering environmental solutions to practical technological innovations, countless students' projects with real-world impact potential have been abundant.
Not every idea will become a startup, but it is a sincere hope some will evolve into patents and licensable technologies with potential for significant local and global impact.
It is going to be the transformational journey of not just the educational sector, but the entire economic sector that these students will be targeting.
This is the first time we have a president since inception of democracy in this country since 1999 that decided to give Nigerian student loan to go to school.
With local and global partnerships, each individual or team of researchers will access 15 million in seed fund, accompanied by intensive incubation process, expert mentorship, and access to global networks and tools. In Abuja, Zenra Dingmun, NTA News.
50 million also shows up in our next story. Nigeria's efforts in mass immunization have led to more than 50 million children being vaccinated against yellow fever, measles and HPV for young women in just 2 years. Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pati, attributes this success to President Tinubu's commitment to maintaining Nigeria's polio-free status through revitalization of physical primary health infrastructure drive. Also addressing world leaders and philanthropists at the Global Polio Pledge event in Abu Dhabi, one of Nigeria's foremost development partners and renowned philanthropist Bill Gates said developing countries are at higher risk of a polio resurgence and require more than what the international community is currently making available to protect the health of the world's populous global south.
Billions of dollars invested, hundreds of thousands of dedicated health workers working across multiple countries. We've achieved a feat that has to be completed.
And although we have a long ways to go to get every country to that point, our aspiration over the next 20 years is that we get every country to have healthy kids, kids who thrive, and that they're completely self-sufficient.
talking reward for excellence next, and in less than a week, the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has bagged the Nigeria Excellence Award in Public Service, along with more than 40 other distinguished public servants. Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara reports that the ceremony was organized by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the Best Strategic Media.
It was a roll call of distinguished public servants who have demonstrated impactful and outstanding leadership across the federal and state governments. Secretary to the Government of the Federation presented the awards to the awardees on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Congratulations to you.
This is a call to renew our shared responsibility to Nigeria and to honor those who labor tirelessly to move our nation forward. We are deeply grateful to His Excellency, our President, for championing a culture that rewards excellence in government.
His deep understanding and management of Nigerian pluralism, the creation of a functional information management system, using technology, and creating an enabling environment for the media to thrive are some of the achievements that endeared the organizers to the government spokesman, Mohammed Idris.
We will continue to say it as it is. Of course, we are supposed to shape communication for development, for the good and for the progress of our country. This mandate given to me by Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We thank him for the opportunity that he has given us to serve our fatherland. We will continue to do that. As regarding what we do, we will continue to restore trust in public communication. This is what I think is the major challenge. We want to also look at ways and means of also fighting fake news, fighting misinformation, because these are two very dangerous issues that are living with us. They can make or mar a society and a community, and therefore we continue to work hard to ensure that Nigeria is not just informed, but is informed properly in accordance with what the rules and regulations are.
He promised to uphold those virtues that endeared public servants to the people, irrespective of their political, tribe, or religious affiliations. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
The wife of the Vice President Nana Shettima has congratulated Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu over her chieftaincy conferment as Ye Ashiwaju Gbogbo Ile Odua by the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi. In a personally signed congratulatory message, Nana Shettima eulogizes efforts by the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu towards nurturing the younger generation, her dedication and selfless service to humanity, especially her motherly compassion towards vulnerable persons across the nation. Commending the First Lady for her Renewed Hope initiative, which continues to touch lives, Nana Shettima extends congratulations to the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwusi, on his 10th coronation anniversary on the revered throne. It's now time to join our Lagos Network Center.
Jackson. The Nigerian Army is accustomed to grappling with numerous operations, both domestically and abroad. Now it is keenly focused on ensuring its combat readiness amidst contemporary threats in joint and multi-agency theaters. This was revealed in a message to the graduates of the Logistics Staff Course 23 of 2025 in Lagos. Lynn Leneke reports that the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Y.D. Shaibu, was represented by the GOC 81 Division Major General Farouk Mijinyawa.
Logisticians have remained the backbone, equipping officers with analytical, planning, and leadership skills relevant in today's joint and combined operational environment. In a message to the event, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Waidi Shuaibu, who was represented by the General Officer Commanding 81 Division, encouraged the graduates to translate the knowledge acquired into impactful service.
Today marks another important milestone for both the professional development of the graduates and in our collective effort to build an army that is adaptive and resilient.
The Commandant, Nigerian Army College of Logistics and Management, Major General Adewale Adetoba, explained that the Nigerian Army views combat readiness as crucial to military operations. Therefore, producing effective leaders and staff officers for joint operating environment is appropriate.
I'm confident that they are better prepared to contribute meaningfully to the Army's ongoing transformation efforts.
196 senior officers drawn from the armed forces participated in the Senior and Junior Leadership and Staff Officers Course 23/2025. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
The unity of any nation is shrouded on the principles of fairness, equity, and justice for all. These were some of the ideals of the late Tony Ipriye Uranta that family, friends, and colleagues seek to uphold as they held the first memorial lecture in honor of the social reformer in Lagos.
Speaking at the memorial lecture, which had as a theme Unity in Diversity, Building a National Identity Beyond Ethno-Religious Fault Lines, Professor Pat Utomi said, weaponizing differences politically and deepening the cleavages of emotional blackmail is responsible for the divisions in the country.
Center to everything is a heart and a head advancing the good of this great country.
Ambassador Godknows Igali and other guests said Nigeria is an intentional creation of the founding fathers who insisted on the oneness of the contraption called Nigeria, recalling that the late civil rights activist believed strongly that out of diversity, a society that is just, fair, and provides for every Nigerian can be built.
We believe that Nigeria holds the destiny of the black man, and we will fine-tune this country through dialogue, through conversations.
We also believe that intermarriage can help us to bridge the gap.
The rule of law should exist for every Nigerian equally. That's what Tony stood for.
Widow and daughter say he was passionate about the country's unity, a legacy they must continue to uphold.
Diversity is actually diverse opportunities for collaborativeness.
My dad was a pillar to everyone.
The lecture, organized by the Tony Ipriye Uranta's Foundation, also featured a panel session which focused on finding unity and progress in Nigeria's diversity. The late Tony Ipriye Uranta's 72nd posthumous birthday was also celebrated at the memorial lecture.
Those are the reports from Lagos. The network news will continue in Abuja after this time out.
Everyone, look here, make me talk. Shut my feet right now. But you know, I beg not be slow. Ever heard of Colgate, the number one oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you got down to brush. Mama and Papa, buy out. Use that and shine your proud. No more cover now.
Hi everyone, have you heard of Easy Buy Christmas Bonanza? I guess you haven't. This Awufu Brekete is starting from November 15th to December 31st. Easy Buy is offering reduced interest rates, discount on screen insurance, amazing gift items, food stuff, and many more. Easy Buy, buy now, pay later.
Daddy, someone said Russian plate is only for girls and last boys.
What do you think, my son?
I told them it's not. Even Harry helped.
In this family, we share everything.
Wow, it's like magic.
Magic we can all share. With Morning Fresh, cleaning feels easier and fun.
With Morning Fresh's 10 times multi-action power, sure doesn't care because dishes aren't just one person's job.
When malaria knocks you down, you can be sure parasites are having a party in your system.
Welcome to our new kingdom, guys!
Comel, an effective weapon against malaria. Attacking the parasite army directly to give you express relief and get you back on your feet effectively. Comel on. Malaria gone.
Dora, my phone is a big stress. It took me 10 hours to charge and it died within 4 hours.
Mama, my Binaton charges in 4 hours and works the whole night. Over 10 hours.
There are 3 great models to choose from. Buy your Benetton rechargeable fan today. Available nationwide.
Mama, I'll get you Binaton fan.
Benetton, simply better.
The world needs moms. With a splash of Golden Terra oil, a mom can transform a frown into a smile. Change no thanks into yes please. Resolve family feuds without blowing a whistle. Providing tasty family meals is all that matters. Where there are moms, there is love. Golden Terra oil, pure love.
Calm down. What if I ruin everything? Auntie Amina is coming. Just pass the beef and dawa cute. No awesome. With Mr. Chef, it's a 2-finger crush.
Got this.
Tanu Mama, Tanu Baba.
Come on, Hassan. Why do you use full name?
With Mr. Chef, the simple crush turns meals into culture and moments into memories.
This is a true taste of home.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Guest? Oh no, and the bathroom smells like this?
Fancy hand wash? Come to the front. Sponge older than Uncle George. Please hide behind. Last year's face wash. Time to cover your face.
You can hide all that junk, sure. But how will you hide the smell anymore?
Godrich Air Pocket? Wow!
With Power Gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrich Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell, hello sweet fragrance.
Power Oil Light. Light enough for movement. Real enough for taste. Power Oil. My choice for my family. They always come back for seconds. I know why. Power Oil. My choice for my family.
With Nivea Dry Deo, you can keep moving forward in life with confidence. Nivea Dry Deo. Derma 72-hour active protection. With 0% alcohol to prevent irritation. Stay dry and fresh all day long. Skin is for moving forward. Nivea is for skin. Your favorite Nivea Dry Deo, now in a smaller pack size.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil? Every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in Gamma Original. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil reduces bad cholesterol.
Thanks for staying tuned. The National Youth Service ISE scheme needs to evolve into a modern, tech-driven, financially sustainable and skill-focused institution to address contemporary challenges. The highlight at a stakeholder consultative forum on reforming the NYSC in Abuja, where speakers said with the reforms, government's target of a $1 trillion economy is achievable. Olainka Uju reports.
For over 5 decades, the NYSC scheme has been a symbol of unity, civic responsibility, and national integration. These values are needed more than ever as Nigeria is confronted with challenging economic pressures, emerging security dynamics, rapid technological advancement, and shift labor market demands. Stakeholders here, with shared national commitment, believe no youth development program can succeed without modern governance system, shared financial digital infrastructure, and strong sector alignment.
The draft framework, which will be presented today, must address these gaps.
So that after the NYSC, whatever skill and innovation they get from the NYSC should reflect to their future.
The NYSC thrust on bill and a review of the NYSC bylaw began before I assumed office. We have continued to follow up to see them reach a logical conclusion.
Findings by members of the committee inaugurated in May this year indicate that the NYSC Act is obsolete and inadequate for digital-enabled administration, coupled with the fact that the scheme's funding model is fragile and relies mostly on federal allocations.
Reorganization of the scheme into 3-tier governance structure, the national, state and local government to strengthen accountability, creation of a 2 billion naira NYSC Innovation Fund to support digital system.
The states who benefit largely from the NYSC must invest in it.
The reform proposal envisions a phased implementation between 2026 to 2028, beginning with legislative amendments and digital pilots in 2026. A communique is expected at the end of the stakeholders consultative forum. Olainka Uju, NTA News.
Still talking the economy, let's join Musa Abubakar for updates in the world of business. Musa?
Thank you, Naja. Well, as the world prepares to mark the International Anti-Corruption Day, young people have been urged to add their voices and actively support the fight against corruption in Nigeria. While the federal government continues to receive commendation for its progress in asset recovery, the Center for Fiscal Responsibility and Public Integrity says more must be done in the area of corruption prevention, stressing that Nigerian youths remain instrumental to achieving long-term change.
In the area of prevention, we're not doing well at all. We're not doing well. We need to prevent the public sector corruption. We need to prevent procurement fraud and all of those enablers. And in other areas, in the legal framework, institutional framework, we're also doing very well. But fighting corruption is an ongoing process. It's not something you just achieve within 1 year or 2 years.
Shaming those who have positioned themselves to abuse power and all of it. So
they see the issue of corruption, they should report it as soon as possible, very fast.
And at the capital market, the Nigerian stock market closed in positive territory today as renewed investor interest lifted key indicators. Mopelanda Kok has the numbers.
NGX All-Share Index advanced to 147,427.95 points, reflecting improved sentiment across major sectors. Market participation was strong, with investors executing 30,090 deals for a total volume of 550.86 million shares. In value terms, equities worth 13.86 billion naira were traded, underscoring active positioning by both retail and institutional players. Meanwhile, the equities market capitalization rose to 93.97 trillion naira, supported by gains in large cap stocks. Morrison Industries led the gainers with 9.89% share price appreciation to close at 3.89 naira kobo per share. It was followed by the Nigerian Police Force Microfinance Bank, Sovereign Trust Insurance and Caverton Offshore Support Group. On the losing side, Dow Communications came out last with an end-of-year depreciation of 7.14% at 91 kobo per share. Livestock Feeds, Nigerian Aviation Handling Company, and Union Deconsult. Overall, the market's positive close signals a continuation of bargain hunting activities and renewed confidence among investors.
Well, that's it. It's now time to pause for some messages. The news continues after the break.
Today's fast-paced world, staying ahead demands peak performance from our bodies.
Like never before, our bodies need an optimum supply of essential nutrients, and Supermalt supports our daily nutritional needs.
Supermalt has 20 essential vitamins, minerals, and natural extracts for overall health and wellness. One Supermalt a day gives you energy and vitality, improves your mental performance, and supports your immunity.
Protect every day with Hypo. Jetty on stairs, no video shakara. We got the remedy, original palasa. Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No green. Protect every day with Hypo.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
No buy up. That's why. No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with Holographic Seal Tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the Holographic Seal Tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet comes with the nutrients they need every day. Made from natural grains, contains protein and fortified with iron to support their physical growth, learning and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
Let's go, darling.
The latest styles that make you feel like a darling.
Imagine lovely meals you can cook with these ingredients. You spend heavily, but no guarantee of a tasty meal. Not making a right choice of seasoning cube can ruin your meal, money, and confidence. For a tasty meal, do not compromise. Choose Gold.
Use Terra Gold for the rich, consistent taste your loved ones crave for. Good for soups, stews, and jollof. Terra Gold. 1 cube, endless possibilities.
Everything combined, oh. Everything combined, oh. Oh, God, just arrive, oh. She tell me, say, nah, girl, oh, can see how she did use fire, oh. Yeah. Now, why did you love it this sweet like this? The chicken, they crisp like this. Fried the plantain,
Introducing the new Devon King's Soya Vegetable Oil. Available in stores near you.
Give more strength to your hair with Mega Growth Leave-In Straightener. It's infused with nourishing oils and conditioning proteins, so you can say goodbye to hair breakage. Wow! Mega Growth Leave-In Straightener.
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress. You're welcome to sports. Handball Federation of Nigeria commends Nigerian Army for timely intervention and rescue of Benue Buffaloes handball team after an armed robbery attack along Otupu-Makudi Expressway. President Handball Federation of Nigeria Said Jibril Oji, in a telephone conversation with the NTA, confirmed that the attack occurred while the team was returning to Makudi after they finished ninth in the second phase of the Adoba Handball League, which ended in Lagos last weekend. He assured on the Federation's commitment to support the team as they navigate this tough experience and bounce back in future national competitions. In football, Nasarawa United returned to the top of the Nigeria Premier Football League standings after a hard-earned 1-0 win over Shooting Stars of Ibadan in Lafia earlier today. The Solid Miners took the lead in the 65th minute through Moyi Hassan. The victory brings Nasarawa United's total to 30 points from 16 matches, placing them 2 points ahead of Ikorodu City and 3 points clear of Rivers United, who have 2 games in hand due to their involvement in the CAF Champions League. In another action at the Rashidi Yekini main bowl of the Kwara State Stadium, Bendel Insurance secured a 1-0 victory over Katsina United to move out of the relegation zone. Let's leave the shores of the country. Bayern Munich hosts Sporting CP, Sporting Lisbon, at the Allianz Arena for a crucial UEFA Champions League on March Day 6, Tuesday. Elsewhere, Chelsea are up against Atalanta in Italy, while Barcelona welcome Eintracht Frankfurt to Camp Nou. Egyptian forward Mo Salah has been left out of Liverpool's squad to face Inter Milan at the Giuseppe Meazza, while AS Monaco face Galatasaray at Stade Louis II. And that's your sports. It's back to Najatu.
Thank you, Ayo DG Makinde. And with Sports Update, we conclude the network news on NTA. Thanks for being a part of it. I'm Najatu Tijani.
Anniversary. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let me be Dr. Kelly Mogu, the MDC of Lively Homes Limited, the Baba they call the Villa. Now me be the Villa, the Villa, the Villa, the Villa, the Villa. Man no die, man no rotate. The Villa. See, I won't make everybody for Harcourt River State. Maybe when they say congratulations to Dr. Kelly Mogu, congratulations to Livelihood Homes Limited, the Villa. 15 years anniversary now they do now. We do give back to the society. We do give back to our old and new customers. We can go collect now for different locations that we get inside Harcourt City now, especially the one with your house. City hot. Fantastic location there now. We will give you land for Ipo. If you want land for inside Ipo around that Harcourt International Airport area, that one has very small money. 1.5 million naira per plot for those of them who won't buy. You won't buy one for Isiopo, fantastic area, very close to Wibo University. That one will do and give away 800,000 naira per plot after Wibo University. Those places they are now land banking, land investment. Now we call them. Those of you who want buy for other locations like for Imo State, we get fantastic location for inside Imo State now. Those of them who don't buy land for Imo State, come collect your land. We get land for different locations for inside Imo State. We get land for Ogun State, for Mowe, very close to Redeem Camp. That one has small money, 1.5 million naira per plot. We don't buy land for Ikorodu for Lagos State, that one too done already. We get different locations for Ikorodu. We get Imota, 1.5 million naira. We get Agbowa, 2 million naira. We get Ogijo Extension, 1.5 million naira. We get fantastic other place for Abeokuta, 500,000 naira. For Ibadan, 500,000 naira. Other locations for Ibadan, 1 million, 1.5. Different locations and day we will give you. Anybody will buy land for inside the villa, we never get land for the past 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Forget that one. No worry yourself. 15 years anniversary now they do. No matter how the matter be, leave matter for Matthias. Make you come collect your land. Maybe the villa, maybe the villa come collect your land. Our land dey very good locations there. We get land for Magua, we get land for Abara Eche, we get land for big city area like Igrita. For Igrita we get land for Igrita, different prices. Tell us what will be okay for you according to your budget. Cut your clothes according to your size. So you don't pay money before. You pay money before. You pay the money before the villa can't get all those crises. All those crises are good. If crisis no dey, we know we fear God. Call the number the way dey for your telephone screen. Make you come collect land for any location where you want. Make we give you. Now maybe Dr. Kelly Wogu, the MDC of Livelihoods Limited. Call me.
Christmas is a festival of hope and love, collection of feasts, each reflecting moments of Christ. Oh yes, NTA Harcourt Christmas Party is here again with the theme, Joy to the World, to share with you the beauty of this season. Come with family and friends. We have fun-filled, colorful and captivating activities like spoken words, drink competition, games, Christmas carnival parade and lots more. The arrival of Santa Claus. Date is Thursday, December 11, 2025. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue, NTA Port Harcourt Gardens. Gate fee 2,000 naira per participant. First 10 schools to register and first 3 schools to arrive. Secure 5-minute slots for presentation of choice. Hurry now and grab these incentives. For bookings and inquiries, please call the following numbers: 080-3311-4030 and 081-184-18881. Cheers to the spark of fun. Sponsors.
A season to love, a season to share. It's a season to celebrate. Oh yes, Christmas is here again. The Nigerian Television Authority Port Harcourt Network Center invites you to celebrate with us as we usher in the Yuletide through our 2025 Carol of 9 Lessons with the theme Celebrating God's Greatest Gift to the World. Luke 2 verse 10, guest minister, Reverend Father Professor Walter Ihejirika, Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Special guest of honor, Her Excellency, Professor Mrs. Ngozi Ma Odu, Deputy Governor, Rivers State. Chairman of the event, Sir Israel N. Amadi, Chairman, Rivers State Local Government Commission. Royal Father of the Day, Ezi Barrister Gospawa Oneaku, the President General Obako Ikwere. Mother of the Day, Mrs. Ifama Chukwugu, Administrator, Jefta Comprehensive Secondary School, and other special guests. Host, Paul Ate, Zonal Director, Nigerian Television Authority, Port Harcourt. The event will feature musical performances and special rendition by selected choirs. Date, Wednesday, 17 December 2025. Venue, NTA Port Harcourt Multipurpose Hall. Time, 3 p.m. prompt. Join us as we raise our voices unto God.
Language, a lot of young people can't even speak very well anymore. So what truly is happening? What is the fate of our languages? What is the fate of our history? That is our focus today on the program Our History. I welcome you. My name is Cordelia Obey. Let's find out some of the things behind the challenges we are facing today concerning our languages.
Our history.
Human beings interact among themselves on a daily basis in different ways.
Things are not really moving.
In a family, husband and wife communicate with each other in the language they both understand on how to build a strong and healthy family. Without communication, you cannot build a healthy family. Communication is said to be a process of transferring information from one place to another, or from person to another, through a channel with possibilities of getting feedbacks. People communicate with one another for different purposes. It can be in form of sign language, body language, facial expression, use of telecommunication, and the internet. But the most commonly used form of communication is language. Language can be in form of using words spoken with the hand gestures, and sometimes structured with grammar. Every community adapts to different dialects to communicate with one another. However, each language is unique to the people who express themselves in it.
Language is a way of expressing our feelings. It is a system anyway. It's a systematic way of using words, signs, or symbols to express our thoughts and feelings.
There are different accounts on the origin of human language. The earliest account evolved from the Bible, which states that in ancient times, Man had a universal language which was confused and became diversified at the Tower of Babel. While the natural evolution hypothesis holds that at some point in their evolutionary development, humans acquired a more sophisticated brain which made language invention and learning possible.
God gives languages. There's a language that we can call artificial languages, and these are languages like Pidgin and Creole. When Pidgin develops to a certain extent, it's established in society, recognized by the government, it becomes Creole. We have Creole language in Cote d'Ivoire. We even have schools in Israel. And even Wari is almost becoming a Creole language now.
There are different schools of thought that believe that in some years' time, some languages would go extinct. And come to think of it, some languages have gone extinct. Whose fault? If you go into some homes today, you'll find the parents talking to the children in their dialects. And then, in replying, the children reply in English. In some homes, you hear the parents say things like, "No speaking in vernacular." In some schools, if you speak vernacular, you will pay a fine. So where do the children speak their languages? Whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the parent, or the fault of the children, or the society generally? Let's find out.
Our history.
Regardless of whether language was a special gift from God, a natural evolutionary acquisition, or an ingenious human invention, what is not in doubt is that there are a variety of languages in the world. And although many languages are different from one another in lexis and structure, all languages are said to possess the same creative potential.
Communication involves a way of disseminating information. It involves more than one person. It involves up to 2 or 3 people, and in communication there must be a feedback. If there are no feedbacks, then there is no communication.
Nigeria, a country in western part of Africa, has over 521 spoken languages. The languages are classified into 3 broad linguistic groups: Niger-Congo, Nilo-Saharan, and Afro-Asiatic. Some of Nigerian languages are Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Ibibio, Kanuri, Kwa, Efik, Tiv, and Idoma, to mention just a few.
Ẹja mo dẹ̀ mítà ni, mo fẹ́ jẹ́ ká bá mi ká rẹ̀ ẹja yìí. Èyí báyìí, ṣáwá rẹ̀ yìí ni mo mítà gbódò àti ṣáwá. Ehe mi mítà nọ rẹ̀, jẹ́ ká bá mi ká rà á sí o. Ọ̀dún àwọn aláàlá mọ́. Adọ́kọ̀ lọ́lá nì, ẹ̀bẹ̀ yìí. I'm from Ogudo cattle rights. So in my dad, if you say one go market, mo lè gbèsè, mo fẹ́ yà gẹ́gẹ́ ṣe. Mo fẹ́ yà gẹ́gẹ́ ṣe. That's I'll go market tomorrow.
People in the rural communities their talent more than people in the cities who adopt English language as the main speaking language.
My little daughter, who is 2 years old, I'm sure I don't speak English to her, but I found out I started speaking English. And I used to ask the mother, who is teaching this girl English? She said she doesn't know. Daddy, stand up. Daddy, come. Who is teaching you English? She understands Yoruba, fine. But my point is, I feel that the problem is not just from the parents, the society. You know, children acquire the language of society as the N1, as the first language.
Blame the parents as well, because it is the language that you use for your child in the home that child will grow up to speak. So, looking at what is obtainable these days, parents sees it as a sophistication, as in, speaking English to our children, so that people will feel that, yes, in fact, they kind of relate speaking of English and being educated. As in, if you cannot speak English, that means you are not educated. So parents try to, force their children to learn English first. And we know that the mother tongue matters so much. That is the language of, the first language of communication that a mother uses for the child. If you use English as your mother tongue, that child will grow speaking that English. But if you use your indigenous language as your mother tongue in the home, the child grows up, speaking that indigenous language.
You don't want your children to be speaking in primary school when others are speaking English. So you also want your children to learn how to speak the language of the society now. And I'm afraid, I think the language of the society now is gradually becoming hybrid. Not even the English that we're talking about now, hybrid, because it's a mixture of Yoruba and English.
In some Western countries like Finland and Netherlands, one cannot study or work there without understanding their native languages. This shows their interest and love for their mother's tongue. But here in Nigeria, most homes hardly communicate fluently in their native dialects. Some families have adopted English language or Pidgin as the major spoken language. In our schools, language teaching is not taken serious, even though it is in the school curriculum. What can be attributed to all these changes in our society today?
So, where is a child expected to speak his or her own language? In heaven. Now, whose fault is it? Is it the child's fault? Is it the parent's fault? Or is it the fault of the school? Or is it a general societal problem? Whose fault is it?
Our history.
I can only help, but I don't speak too much.
Why did I don't speak? What's your language?
Igbo.
Why did I don't speak your language?
Because I know it's only English I don't like speaking, but I don't used to use Igbo language too much.
What does it mean? English. That means your parents don't speak your Yoruba language. Yes. What language do you speak at home? Calabar. Calabar. Can you tell me something in Calabar? Come and eat in Calabar. Tell me. Speak Calabar to your children.
And they speak, but they know they understand. They understand, but they don't know how to speak it.
Why?
Because we don't have any Calabar people for here. But I'm forcing them to speak it.
If you start in time, when they are small, 1 year, 2 years, started from that 1 year, speaking, you are allowed to go again. They will hear and will be responding. Then if you start with that, low corridor, they cannot hear you. Children, when you speak your language, they don't understand. Some of them understand, but they don't know what you say, don't reply back. Yes, because you are motivating them to speak it. It's a fault of the parents. That's like where I see it. And it's that time we speak more of our mother tongue to our children so that they get to know, understand what is all important. So they won't be a novice in their mind.
One's native dialect or language is said to create a form of communal love. This is exhibited when one speaks the language of the community he or she is domiciled. One feels more at home. Our native languages preserve our cultural heritage, as there are some ideas that cannot be expressed in English or any other foreign language. For instance, some Nigerian proverbs cannot be literally translated to English language.
Ipa is that insect that lives on the dog. There is a leech in the dog. That leech is the parasite. The dog is the host. So, but as the leech is feeding on the dog, he thinks erroneously that he's killing the dog, not knowing that when the dog dies, he will follow. You see, what we are doing, at the end of the day, would be problematic to all of us. We think we are big people, yes, we are elite, speak good English. Some will even want to speak like Englishman, which is not possible. Some will even, if possible, change their complexion, change their hair, change everything. But we can never be there.
There is a great and urgent need for Nigerians and Africans at large to promote our native languages, as foreign languages are now taken as our first language. Parents should speak their various indigenous languages to their children and develop new technologies and strategies to make the younger generation see the need to speak their mother tongues fluently. Why can't we also make our native language one of the compulsory criteria for gaining admission into our higher institutions of learning?
So it's possible. There's nothing stopping it from stopping the government from doing that if they want to. The student can decide not to do any native language at all, but you must do French. Look at the kind of problem we are having from the authorities. The reason why I said that the government can decide to change the function of our language in both is because it has happened in the eastern part of this country, of Africa, like Tanzania and Kenya. Tanzania Swahili is the official language, and it was developed from traces of Arabic. It developed it as a language, and up to now, that's what they are using as an official language. Kenya is also using Swahili as the second official language in that country. So you can't hold any post if you don't understand Swahili. Of course, you have to, because the way they handle the Swahili language is the way they are handling the English here in Nigeria. So it's possible. It depends on what the government really wants to do with the native languages. Nigerians go to China as I sit here. We are still sending students to China this year. They will start speak small, 6 months to learn the language. And they will go to class and study in that language. If they can, why not here? We start to wonder why people think that our languages are important. Whereas we have professionals here. We studied in Germany, studied German before going to school, read medicine, and are professors now. Some went to Moscow, read in Russia, wrote their thesis in Russia. They are here now, teaching our students in English language. We have so many students in China now, from the University of Lagos. They are studying science. Some are even studying Chinese language. Yeah. We have about 4 from this department right there now. Study. Not impossible. Not impossible. It's just in our own system that we don't cherish what is our own. And it's unfortunate because the human being in us will be taken away. Before we know it, we won't have a
to know our roots. We need to understand our history. We need to start learning and start speaking our native languages.
I'm sure you've seen a lot and heard a lot. And the fact that there's an urgent need for us to, pay close attention to our culture, especially our languages. Our children can't even speak any. The English some of them speak now, as I said at the beginning of the program, their English completely messed up. They failed the English language in exams, they can't write properly, and we're watching them. They can't even speak your language. So where lies their fate? The language that we're celebrating for the West right now is the language, or they are the languages of some other people. In some parts of the world, they cherish their languages so much that you can't even go into their schools without having first to pass a test in their language or the ability to speak it displayed properly. Now imagine Okonkwo coming to tell you a proverb in English. How well will it sound? Not good at all. A lot of our idioms, a lot of our proverbs are in our languages, said in our languages. Who would need to translate them? But you think we should be translating them? They would lose their essence. We should go back to our roots. We should protect our roots. If not, at the end of it all, we will be like a people who do not know where they are coming from, and inadvertently, we wouldn't know where we are going to. We'll see you again some other time. Till then, take care. I'm Cordelia Oldman. Bye-bye.
Nigeria is a country of many cultures.
Christmas is a festival of hope and love, collection of feasts, each reflecting the moments of Christ. Oh yes, NTA Harcourt Christmas Party is here again with the theme, Joy to the World, to share with you the beauty of this season. Come with family and friends. We have fun-filled, colorful and captivating activities like spoken words, drink competition, games, Christmas carnival parade and lots more. The arrival of Santa Claus. Date is Thursday, December 11, 2025. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue, NTA Harcourt Gardens. Gate fee 2,000 naira per participant. First 10 schools to register and first 3 schools to arrive, securing 5-minute slots for presentation of choice. Hurry now and grab these incentives. For bookings and inquiries, please call the following numbers: 080-3311-4030 and 081-184-18881. Cheers to the spark of fun. Sponsors:
NTA Parliament is a dedicated 24-hour channel that broadcasts the activities of the Nigerian Senate, Federal House of Representatives, and all the 36 state houses of assembly. NTA Parliament, strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
You're welcome to this program, You and I, Your Family Clinic. Is another beautiful moment to be with you. You know, the essence of this program is to see that our families will be together, will be enjoyable, you know, you have peace. Anything that will make your family worth living or being, that is the essence of this program. And today we are here to discuss on building a happy home where you can open up to your family members, happy home where you can bear your bodies together. I am Chioma John. Join me as I introduce today the director TJ Scaffolding Limited, Joseph Mbatu. I'm glad to have you. All right, and I have today a new face on You and I. She is Ruth Obabi. I'm glad to have you.
Oh, thank you, Mom. It's a pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
When we talk about building a happy home, what exactly comes to our mind?
I think if it's all about, when you talk about a home, we're not talking about the structure here. We're not talking about the house. We are talking about a place where family members live together in harmony. And then now when we know what is a home, we should be able to know what do we mean by happiness. Happiness for me is a choice. It depends on what you think makes you happy. So coming to the topic, building a happy home, we should be able to look at one, the home as a setting, as a family setting, and what makes you happy as an individual determines how happy your home will be. And then looking at happiness as something, a condition of feeling of pleasure that makes you relax, comfortable, then the focus will be what are these things that are needed in a home to make everyone, not just one person here, because we have said home has to do with family members, and in a family you have the mother, the father, the children, and sometimes the relatives. So we should be talking about those things that can make every member of the family comfortable. Those things that are pleasurable, not just what is good for the dad and not what is good for the mom, or what is good for the parents and not for the children, but every member of the family. And then if you are able to get these things, and then you know how to keep them in the family, then you will have a happy home.
So you're talking about the home, the house help, the driver,
every member of the family. Yes.
So
member of the family is
that's why you say home.
Okay. Sometimes even some people will include their pets. So every member of that household should be able to be happy, to have this comfortable situation of feeling.
Yes, it's very much achievable, just as she explained. We still building it now. You mean it's not just an individual thing now, it's collective of different set of persons coming together and living together and being happy. She just handled it properly. But the aspect I just want us to chip in is not something one can do alone. It's a collective effort. And also, who is the builder? Is the builder is a happy person in the first place.
Yes.
If you're happy, you have to be a happy person, then to know what makes up a beautiful and a happy place before you put them in place. Thank you.
Right. For you to have a happy home is a collective effort. You must be happy within you in what makes a home happy.
Very good question, but you might not be getting the straight answer you need. What makes a home happy? Like my colleague here said, you must be a happy person before you can dish out happiness to others. Now, what makes a home happy is determined by what makes you happy as a person. You know, sometimes homes are not the same. We have different setting of homes.
Yeah.
Most times, what determines happiness in your home might be based on your upbringing, might be based on the culture, might be based on your belief. For example, what makes me happy as a Christian might not be what makes the other family happy as a Muslim, because they have their beliefs and I have my belief. And then what makes you happy as someone who is coming from a particular tribe might be different from what makes the other person happy. So now we're looking at what makes a home happy. Generally, as a home, as a family, there are key things you need that is generalized. One of it, for me, I think, is understanding. Understanding. Remember, to set up a home, you start with marriage between a couple, a man and a wife. And then, like the Bible said in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 3, with knowledge, a house is built. But with understanding, it is established. And now what am I trying to say here? You start up a home by mere meeting your spouse, agreeing to get married. You may have not known that person holistically. So you need time to learn the person. You need time to understand what makes this person happy. And when you do that, you deliberately decide to ensure that you don't encroach into the person's boundary. I think that is one of the things that will make a home happy. Is when you know what keeps me happy as a wife, and I know what keeps you happy as a husband, there should be that mutual agreement to stay within our boundaries. You don't encroach. You don't just, sometimes what happened in our setting, in this part of the world is when people trying to enforce their beliefs, enforce what they know or what they want on the other person, making it mandatory you must follow but you need time to understand yourselves and then agree, because building a happy home is a deliberate action. Permit me to say that. It's a deliberate action that needs commitment.
That's just a much. I'm expecting to just not be quiet this way. Let's say something.
I'm catching cruise from what she's saying. No, taking it from her, that is a deliberate act. It's a good point there. You get that? Well, why is deliberate is when you want to build a home, And is a consistent thing. It's a continuous process.
Exactly.
It's a continuous process. It's something that when you get to a point, you check and continue. Now take it from the where I started. I told you, if you want to build a happy home, how happy are you first? If I want to measure this to maybe just to put it in a just straight language, I'll tell you building or living, being happy and living happy and building happy home falls back on one thing: know your lane, maintain your lane, and also know the speed limit you can control. Now, knowing your lane being knowing yourself, as she said, the background you're coming from. What background do you come out from? The background you are coming out from might be different from my own background. The orientations you have is different from orientations they have.
Exactly.
Then when I come up and find myself in a certain environment where I need to strive to measure up with what is existing here, I'm supposed to understand where I'm coming from. Am I gonna can I meet up with the speed of this environment I find myself?
And what becomes the effect?
What becomes the effect?
If you really want to measure up with that speed, what becomes the effect? These things need to be put in check.
In check.
You must first of all check before you take off. Otherwise, you may crash. And that is why it is not good. Like I said before, homes are there are different types of homes. So you now, building up your own home to be happy, you must deliberately decide to do it. Even if you might be permitted to measure up or to check or to key into other people's maybe lifestyle or whatever, you have to check the effects. Because the effects on you and your family might be different from the effect on the other person.
All right. If you are just joining us, this is you and I. And the topic today is building a happy home. I wouldn't want you to go far away, just be with us as we shall be going on break. We'll be right back.
Are you in search of quality yet affordable office, home and outdoor furniture to serve different purposes? Then look no further. Polymath Furniture is the ultimate furniture brand you've been searching for, ranging from office chairs and tables, dining sets, luxury sofa chairs, hall and church chair, transparent chair, banquet chair, outdoor furniture and garden seats, salon furniture, student's desk and writing chair, bookshelves and cabinets, gaming furniture like snooker, table tennis boards and many more. Come experience our exquisite showroom at our head office located at number 38A Obadauda along Franklin Road opposite Lasso Main Gate. You can also visit our Port Harcourt and Abuja branches. For more inquiries, visit our website polymathfurniture.com. Email us at acpolymath@gmail.com or call 0806 343 1825. Stay connected with us on our socials at Polymath Furniture for great discount and offer. Polymath Furniture, a symbol of beauty and authenticity.
I'm glad to know that you're still seated. All right, well, we've been talking about building, you have to be happy within you to be able to have a happy home. You know your lane. With this one, knows that is now between husband and wife. And when we are talking about home, every member is inclusive. Both the getman, as I said earlier, the gardener, the driver, the cook, the house help, children. Now, looking at what is happening in our society today, seeing the way our youth and teenagers are trying to behave or live their lives, I guess you understand what is in vogue now. You must have look like one kind of crazy person. And I have come to realize that most families or parents are not comfortable with it. How can you manage this situation and your family will still be happy? What roles are expected our children to play, or don't they have any role to play for families to be happy?
It's actually a good one. But you know that from creation, God has laid down principles for both parties to follow. Principles for the parents, principles for the children, and even other members that might not be biological. They are there if you read the book of Ephesians. Now, talking about what is happening in our society today, I don't think it just started today. It has been there, but most times, yes, it's increasing. That's just the at first. It's really increasing. It's on the high side. But like I said before, understanding is very much important. You know, sometimes the mistake that most parents make is when they want to handle the children, the teenagers, the youths of this generation, the way they were handled by their moms and their dads, it won't work out. It will not give you the result, the necessary results you need. Before, as an adult, a child can do something and you just hit that child on the child will slump, go back to his or her shelf, cries out, you know. But now, how many children will conk their head and they will even say thank you? No. Many of them will not challenge. They will challenge you. And then, the worst part is that when you take such reports to the society, they will even blame you as a parent.
And that is where the problem is.
Yes. The society, they will blame you. So what are we trying to say here? You now that have seen it as a challenge to your own family, you have to devise means. In the first place, the Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go. Now, the training you give to your children, your household, when they were very tender, matters a lot. It is that training that will carry them when they get to teenage and young adults. Most times, most parents lack that merit because they don't give attention and time to their little kids. We are just very busy looking for the money, you know, protecting our jobs, trying to be the societal woman I need to be. Dad is there trying to be the societal man he needs to be. And what happens to these children is none of our business. And now, they will grow up with that mind of building their life for what they get around the society and living with it. Now, at a certain point in your life, you just discover that these children have built a kind of world for themselves. And for you to come in, you need to take certain permission.
All right, listen back to this this way. How do you think that children are involved in building a happy home?
Yeah, because they form the major the major parts of the whole setting. Because we can't think of a home without thinking of the children. They are very much important. We should they are even the one we are talking about building for. Because I can still remember if I want to make any emphasis, I have to make reference to the way my mother brought me up when I was small. In our generation today, today's reality, the lifestyle today is not what we experienced those days.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand. Today now, our children want to measure with what they see around them.
Especially from social media.
Especially from social media that is there available for them. Their peer group, they're highly influencing. Then, but you come to the instance of it, the role of the parent still is the paramount, is most important. Because first and foremost, they have to first know the basic way of life from you. What you like and what you don't like. Your pattern. Though it's not your pattern that they are going to grow up with, they are still going to be influenced with the environment, the things that they find around. But to a level of, to an extent, your own lifestyle, what we injected in them from the beginning matters. Family values,
very important.
Very important. Because this is what we speak of who you are and what we intend them to be in future. So they are living the integral people, the integral part of the whole thing. Because without them, they are the ones that will project the men. So whatever you impacting them today is the men we're expecting to see tomorrow. So they are playing a very vital role. Talking about building a home, we should also be very sensitive about the external influence, the external bodies, external whatever. If we have to first give it, look at it holistically on the one that directly concerns you first, the one you adopt while you are raising your home is an external influence, is external bodies. Those things can come, is either they increase depositing positively or they might be depositing negatively. We are always to watch around it. Anyone that is not measuring with the standard you want your home to be, you lay it off. If I come to a home now, number one, there's one area I challenge my children on. I told them nobody lies to me. No matter how bad it is, tell me the way it is, I'll manage, I know how to manage it. So, oftentimes when they spoil things at home, they know when the moms arrive, it's good flogging. They'll first call me on phone to make a peaceful background. They'll first report themselves. Daddy, so hey, please, nothing happened, but don't be angry when I tell you. I say, go ahead, I'll not be angry. They'll first report themselves. Then the next request, please help us tell Bobby not to flog us. They get that, then I'll now pick my phone. Sweet, please, Angel, if you get home, I learned that my TV is on ground now. No matter what happened, please don't flog. No matter what happened, please no flog. Get that? So, I understand. So, when you say building it, all of these things are fundamental issues. You have to take it for fundamental. So, but where you see all those kind of maybe somebody lie, the background of this other person does not give him such opportunities to express it well.
And sometimes you discover that, like someone said, if you want to adopt a child, adopt that child before 7 years. If you want to adopt a child, adopt the child before 7 years. Once a child gets to 6 to 7 years, they begin to infuse some kind of societal norms into their lives. They can adapt, they can accept things from outside. But any child that stays with you from 0 to that age should have learned you, and you should have been able to also learn that child. And you discover that this the example, the case you just cited is a case of somebody trying to amend something that was already bad. Like in my church, the CED, that is the Children Education Development, they will have a song. They said it is better to build a new house than to renovate the old one. That is where this Bible quotation comes in. Train up a child. That particular boy must have lived with that kind of life over the years. And now you coming to pick him up as a gate man, and you think you can just mend him overnight and make him look like your own children. It's not possible. One of these days, what is in him will come, and that's exactly what happened.
All right, because time is our friend, can someone who was not from a happy home make a happy home? Is it possible?
Yes, you can. You can.
How?
By deliberate decision.
Deliberate decision.
Deliberate decision. You see, I know of a theory that that makes people hate certain actions when they watch, and some people like that action after watching such program. Now, you can deliberately decide, I have come up from a home that is not happy, a shattered home, a scattered. That is why most times you see that most men that come up from polygamous homes, they hate polygamy. Out of 10 will tell you, I will not have anything to do with the other woman because of what my mother suffered. You understand? So somebody who must have come from a home that is not happy, a home that is not together, can decide
decide.
You can't, yes, of course. It's a choice.
Okay. Tell yourself that this thing that happened in my own family, the steps of that is taking a deliberate action.
Yeah.
And getting committed to it. You don't just decide, but you get committed to it. You're having a happy home. Is it possible without money? Is it possible without money?
Very much possible.
I have been expecting this. I have been expecting
Very
this
much.
aspect of it.
You know, I started the story when I went. I was making a reference to my mom. You know, when I was small, there's one thing I know about my mom. He doesn't go to market where others are going in the morning hours. He goes late hours. If you want to buy meat, he doesn't go for these big beef. He doesn't approach them in the morning time when the butchers are in the market trying to bargain it heavy. He goes when the evening hours have settled.
When they've not covered their capitals.
That time, the little she has will make a lot of differences.
Exactly.
And you come back home, do good soup for us. We even enjoy the more than the bigger homes, and we as children, and we do measure out. You know, people living upstairs and we living downstairs. And there's this level.
It's not just about the money. It's not about the money.
And I tell you, don't you not know this? At the end of the day, I notice that even the people we see we are measuring with still come to borrow from my mom.
Exactly.
The people who are rich still borrow from my mom. But because they've already raised standard for themselves, spending based on that level, and but the most surprising, I can't remember the last time I went to a hospital. But you see all these people with big money those days, every time from UATH to UPTH, from the other PH to the other H.
Actually, someone out there that have watched this program from the beginning till now should know that the source of happiness in a home is not money.
It's not money. No.
That's why I can know the language of our. Have you heard of our what tobacco?
Yes.
Because you allow the big boys to come and buy the good ones in the evening. Not the people like my mom there.
Changing rice and stew to jollof. Changing rice and stew to jollof. That can only happen in a happy home.
Yes, of course. And you see, even the ones that grew up from that poor background have a better advantage of seeing the realities of life.
Exactly.
They are well exposed.
Wow, just permit me to I think some other time we will come around to talk about our families. Remember, the essence of this program is to make sure that our homes will be happy and enjoyable. If you are not happy in your home, there are steps. Just make up your mind personally that you are happy. And if you're happy, also find a way to see that your partner, family members are also happy. As a child, you have a role to play to be happy in a home and to make your home a happy place to be. And I say to you, just talking about you, thank you for being here. And Ruth, I'm glad to have you today. I'm going to invite you.
some might not be super excited, but for me, seriously, I am super excited. Within the game, some pride, some rejoice. But I tell you, do not give up on yourself. You know, December comes with a lot of mixed feelings. Yes. Because some will say, I want to buy house, I want to buy car, and at the end of the day, you just think that you will not get any of this, but just keep pushing, right? And then, also another mixed feeling is that some ladies want to get their boobs straight, their knees, some boys want to go rituals, Yahoo, and all that. But I tell you, it is not the way forward. Just make everything genuine. And I tell you, you will get to the permanent stuff. I'm super excited about the new Harcourt Business Park. My name is Esther Ogani, and this is Garden City around the road, which is from the Nigerian Television Authority for the Network Center. And it's live. Yes, we are here live and you know how we're doing on the show. I am not a fool. I am actually wondering. The person I'm sitting with, how can they combine the two of us? The two of us are alone talkative. So when I talk, she'll listen. When she talks, and I will listen. And you know, I was also asking myself, how can they give this fine girl fine now? Is it that is in your village name? Or is it what? Yo, make welcome. My co-host. Hello. Kennedy. Hello. Fina, wait, first of all. Really? How did they know you were Fina?
Today, Garden City is going to have an explosion package. Today.
Oh.
Today. See, I want to tell you guys out there, today is going to be very exciting.
Yes, it is.
First of all, we've already lined up interesting packages for you. Second of all, I have Rolling Babe. You know why we call her Rolling? You see the way she's rolling, like no government. The vibes are just and just there, rolling. Okay, well, good to have you on Garden City Rendezvous. Of course, like she has actually said everything. No dull moment. I tell you, we've lined a lot and lots of packages for you. She talked about the season. Yeah, how some persons want so many things and you're not able to achieve it. And most of all, what we're going to be talking about, the season, festive season, so many celebrations and all that. Most persons are still concerned with the challenges of security, the challenges of economic pressure. You know, times like this, that's when some persons want to buy for mommy, buy for daddy, buy for brother, buy for sister, and you're also thinking about the one you're going to buy for yourself. And then you look at the money, cash coming in, inflow, you begin to check what and what, how are you going to go? The pressures are much. So today we're going to like give a rest to all of that. Talking about traveling, the environment, the security challenges we're having. Some persons are still concerned. Am I going to travel? I'm not going to travel. Every day we're always looking at Facebook, social media, which is trending, where should we go? I mean, all these challenges. So on Garden City, we're going to really deal with it and talk about it.
Yes, fine. And you know, within the week also, we actually celebrated the World Pets Day. The truth of the matter is that some ladies and some men out there do not know that this thing still exists. Yes, the doctors are actually in progress, things are in progress, but people need to be very careful. What's your take?
Well, I think that the awareness is always there, and medically speaking, there's been a lot that has happened. It just, we have to still create the awareness. What is it's there, it is real. You just have to be careful with partnership, whatever you're doing, do it the right way and the legit way, not
the other way around.
The other way around.
And then talking about the week also, next week is going to be super exciting.
Very hot.
You know me now.
Very hot. Roll it.
I'm very active. When it comes to events, NTA is just number one. Then we'll think that when the time comes, right? We are going to be partying on the 11th of this month. Right? It's going to be party. In fact, the truth is that NTA has actually lined up parties, but we'll take the 11th one first for today, right? And then subsequently, we just keep pushing.
Well, you just lined up. It's all going to be very interesting today. Of course, you have the two
toppers.
Okay, right now we'll take a music. It's called Cheta by Adele. Very interesting one. When we come back, we'll tell you. Stick around. Bye.
Today and forever the same. Cheta, 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 cheta. Remember
that reminds me, Vida. How come you heard it, right? When it comes to when people hear you by force, when it comes to money, no, you're hearing Kita. How come you heard Kita?
What is this one? Dr. Mike will say, Akonichi is very important. It's very important.
Yeah, beautiful song out there, Kita. Honestly, it's a good one. What a way to actually start the program. Yes, because you just need God. You just need to remember the things God has done for you and just keep pushing. Just like we started, we just keep pushing. You will definitely get to the promised side with God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, we're still on his Garden City. Up next, we have this feature on inter-school competition for all schools in Onelka. Let's take a look. We'll be right back.
Dr. Adesi Chidima Ore has successfully concluded the inter-school competition for all schools in Onega theme, Healthy Competition for a Better Society. The competition featured various categories including primary, junior secondary and senior secondary school levels. Students participated in quiz, debates and spelling competitions. The coordinator, Prince Chukwumela, expressed his excitement and congratulated the students for their participation and the impact the competition has made in their lives and careers. He noted that the event is held annually and always features a variety of enriching programs. He further appreciated the initiator of the program, Dr. Adesi, for single-handedly sponsoring the event and giving back to society.
I'm excited as much as all the students are excited, because it's not just about the event, it's the fact that it's created an impact in their heart. They have learned, they have also unlearned, and also relearned. So that's the essence of why we do all this program together. That's why the Honorable Commissioner, Dr. Chidima Adesi, approved this program. Thank God for giving us a leader that thinks about the people, that understand the necessity in impacting the life of the people, both the young ones, the youth. And I understand that it's not everyone that has the opportunity to give. So we want to thank you so much for understanding that giving back to the people is necessary. Last year we had drug abuse campaign across all the schools in Onelga. This year we're back to bringing them together to compete, a healthy competition. So every year it comes with maybe surprises. So we don't know what the Honorable Commissioner will come up with next year to give back to the people.
Honorable Dr. Gloria Ibereke also expressed her satisfaction with the outcome of the program, especially the outstanding performances displayed by the students.
The children gave me over 100% happiness. I was so excited to be among these kids, seeing them doing their best, and they are doing it perfectly okay, because it takes a child with a good upbringing to stand in public, to stand in crowd, to even speak, not speaking boldly and perfectly okay. So it gives me joy. It reminds me of my secondary school days, and I was so happy.
A major highlight of the event was the presentation of awards, which included cash prizes, desktop computers, whiteboards, and much more. Trophies were also presented to the best performing schools in each category. The students who participated were filled with joy, and some of them shared their experiences.
I feel so happy and excited. Moreover, there was so much pressure, attention, but I thank God I've brought out money and their financial wealth. They did not keep it to themselves, they brought it out for the society to enjoy. The other things that I have is that God will continue to bless and release their resources in Jesus' name.
Everyone, welcome back. Still on NTA, we want to pack it. I mean, once in a while we celebrate the kids with a lot of competitions to keep them up and about. Now, up next, we have this group of, will I call it legends, group of God's generals in the studio. They're here, they have harvest from Assemblies of God. They're here to tell us about their harvest that is coming up. All the orishirishi that is going to be involved in the harvest. Now, by my left, I have Dr. Mrs. Gloria Onudu. She's the Vice Chair Lady of the Harvest Committee. Good to have you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. And then we have the Deacon himself, Moses Ward, who's Secretary, Harvest Committee.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And then we have the point one of them all, that is Reverend Elvis Israel. He is the pastor himself. Reverend,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
welcome. Now, like I said, we're going to roll it very easy now. We'll start from the Reverend. Harvest. Most times you see churches, there are some churches right now, they are doing harvest. Just briefly, tell us why harvest is very important.
Yeah, harvest Thanksgiving is very important because it is a command biblically that while the year, ends, everyone who should have that acknowledgement that God has done him or her well. So for that, you have to come and show that appreciation to God, who one has given you the strength to do work from January to the end of the year. I think that is the biblical view for Harvest Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you, sir. So now let's hear details of the harvest itself. There are so many packages, so many persons, different. Let's hear from you, ma'am.
Okay. We are the members of the Harvest Committee. We are the ones arranging, earnestly for tomorrow's harvest. Actually, we know that it's a season of remembering God's faithfulness. We want to roll it from January when we all started till this time of the year. There is a reason for us to say thank you to God. And that is why we are sensitizing people and wanting everyone to come and join us in this season when we celebrate God, who has kept us alive from January to this time. It's not all about just harvest for harvest's sake. There are things God are really done for us that we need to return back in Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so when we want to talk about like details like the date, the timing, the theme of the harvest. Yeah.
The theme of the harvest is harvest of glorious increase.
Wow.
And and the harvest is coming up tomorrow by 10 o'clock. Yes, by 10 o'clock everybody would have gathered with their dancing shoes, and the dancing step. We all give glory to God who has sustained us and blessed us endlessly throughout the year.
Okay, let's go to Deacon. Logistics, side attractions. I want us to tell us, sometimes I remember those times when we were kids, when we want to go to harvest, we begin to ask, are they going to do item 7? What rice and still very plenty? What other things? I don't even know if you guys do bazaar. I don't know if you all those things. Those are what I need today, so do all of that. So let's try side attraction to what Madam has said.
It's okay. Away from that, we have invited so many persons far and wide. Let me take a time to tell you the dignitaries that are coming and the preparations we have actually made. One of them will have Professor Friday in London, who happens to be the chairman of this year's harvest. He will be there live and direct. We also have the chief harvester, Barrister and Mrs. Prince Will Dickey. He will also be there life with the wife. We also have engineer and elder Casey Wickers, who also happens to be the co-harvester. Now believe me, you cannot bring these dignities to that kind of occasion and you cannot prepare for them. We have a lot of things, rice and stew, so many. We have drinks, we have wine. People should just come eat and thank God for the gift of life that He has given unto us. We also have souvenirs too that we're also going to give to people when they come for that occasion.
Wow, you guys actually plan a lot of goodies. See, that's not the goodies. They don't give anyone else.
So this half was actually gone.
Yeah, continue.
And we also have our guest speaker, Reverend Stanley Chukwu, who will also be ministering by the power of the Holy Ghost. By that tomorrow, we'll have both physical and spiritual things to benefit tomorrow. So we're asking people to come and grace this wonderful occasion by that tomorrow.
Okay, now having said all the details, let's wrap up. Let's wrap up with, he talked about the glorious moments, the team, why that team, and then what you want to tell people out there as we wrap up.
All right. Of course, like our trainer said, the harvest is, recognizing and reciprocating God's goodness. Why we celebrate this God's goodness tomorrow, there is going to also be that as we saw according to 2 Corinthians chapter number 9 verse 8 to 10, while we sow now, we expect that a greater and greater blessings of the Lord will come next year, 2026.
Thank you.
So why we target glorious increase is as we celebrate God's goodness for 2025, and we come to recognizing God's blessings, next year, 2026, will be greater.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, just one word to people out there.
Okay, my advice and encouragement to people out there is we are eagerly waiting to see you come tomorrow.
Yeah.
You will not regret of coming. The Lord will do you well. The Lord will bless you as you come to great occasion tomorrow in Jesus' name. Amen.
From you, ma.
Harvest is a season of celebration. It's a season to share. So we in Ramahala Church, we don't want to eat alone. That's why we are inviting everyone. Come and join us and thank Jehovah. And rice and stew is very
plenty. Very plenty. Thank you very much. We're going to have a wonderful harvest tomorrow. Yes. Just bring our packages and we'll be glad to have them. Okay, everyone, this is where we wrap up on this discussion. You've heard it all. Just find your way to Assemblies of God Mahola and have a wonderful harvest. Okay, we're still on program, still on Garden City Rendezvous. Up next, we have this feature on surviving in a changing Nigeria. What is it about? Let's find out. We'll be right back. With the hustle and bustle of everyday life, many of us are struggling to find our footing. The pace of life is accelerating and the pressures are mounting. So, how can we find peace amidst the chaos?
Speaking from a religious point of view, that's one of the virtues we preach in the Catholic Church, which is the virtue of hope. Hope is that feeling, spiritual feeling within us that says we are not alone. We have somebody who made us and who does not abandon us even in the midst of challenges, and that person is God. The second coping mechanism which our cultural situation in Africa provides us is our communal way of life. In our African setup, we don't count numbers. When we are organizing any form of ceremony, wedding, even funerals, it's a communal affair. So everybody will around comes, and you don't chase away anybody. And so long as you are there, you have something to eat, you have something to drink. That's a coping mechanism. And even that sense of sharing, being in the midst of others, helps you to. You have opportunity of airing your difficulties. Instead of having them all bottled up inside you, weighing you down, Everybody you hear others hear you, and you go a little bit lighter.
In Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria, many people turn to faith-based practices to find peace and comfort.
He said, when you trust in him, he will not be put to shame. He said, as we look unto him, our faces are enlightened. We are not going to be put to shame. So I believe him that me coming to his house, trusting him, my life will not be put to shame.
To promote mental wellness, communities come together and support one another. They provide opportunities for people to learn new skills, share their knowledge, and build relationships.
The importance of this meeting cannot be overemphasized. It's a gathering where we meet on specific days in the month to see ourselves and reap from what we get from that place in the meeting. Example, problems among families, among ourselves are resolved in such meeting, even in these trying times.
Here we share a lot of jokes, and by the time we finish or we go back home, we feel good. Feel good mentally. And stress is abated. Those who are hypertensive, their BP drops. There are things that don't necessarily need drugs to cure. Interaction with other people and letting off steam and opening up to others who can help you within the community, including your people and kin.
When I come to the meeting, I have to feel very happy. After joking and cracking jokes, laughing, if I go to my house, I feel happy.
Connecting with nature and engaging in physical activities are all practical tips for incorporating mindfulness and faith into daily life.
Exercise is not just about losing weight, it's a lifestyle. I've done it for 25 years, still counting, and I'm not ready to stop. It makes you smart. It makes you smart in body. It makes you smart in your brain. It gives you clarity. It helps you to put yourself together. You don't look smart. Even when you're moody, when you exercise, you burn out the anger, you remove the anger, you remove the stress of life. And it makes you to move. And it keeps you in a very good mood. Making use of our nature for our well-being is an essential part of having peace of mind. Enjoyment of nature, marveling at the beauty of creation. These are all things that give us a sense of wholeness. We have beautiful beaches. River State is a riverine state, and we are by the ocean. We have shorelines that can be developed into beautiful areas where people can go out on picnic, enjoy the beauty of nature.
By making conscious choices about our daily habits, we can improve our mental clarity and reduce stress.
Wow, funny. That's good, right?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
We should look for a way to relax ourselves.
And you don't
Tension is too much.
Yeah. And when the tension is too much, you just, you have to, take it, But seriously, there are other ways, but for me, this is my way of relaxing, right? Yes, when I just take it and I am good. But I think we actually have someone in the house to do more justice on this topic. Yes, talking about coping with Nigeria economic and security challenges amidst the Yuletide and other festivities of the season. Yeah. The truth is that during this time, a lot happens. Just like when we started, a lot happens. How do we now cope? But we'll see, right? We have found out we can't do justice to it. And so we have one of our family, yes, he is our family, he is our friend, Reverend Father Peter Isidore. Reverend Peter, how are you? to welcome you lovely to Valley City World Room.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here once again, and I hope to be here again.
Happy to send that.
Thank you. I wish you the same.
Alright, okay, going further, from the feature you just watched, what is your take? Because we really need to cope from this economic situation, security-wise, during this festive period. A lot will definitely happen, that's the truth. But how can we really cope? So take from this feature and then guide us.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, the nation, Nigeria at the moment, where so many things have been happening, a lot of things. But despite all this, life has to go on. We have to keep moving on. And we know, when we hear of so many things, insecurity, banditry, terrorism, and all of that, and a lot of people are so scared. Even at this point, Christmas, just like the corner, is already here, and many people maybe want to travel, meet up with their loved ones, but the fear of what may happen. The fears may be there, but we do not also need to allow the fears to so much overwhelm us. When we talk about courage is not the absence of fear. It's not the absence of fear, but the ability to be able to move on, even in the midst of fear. So with the fears, we try to encourage ourselves. Let's move on. Let's keep doing our own bit. And when we do our own bit, and also be prayerful. We're prayerful, asking God to intervene. Of course, we have been praying. We all have been praying. And I believe God has intervened. And He keeps intervening.
So while we pray, while we're being, let's know strategically some measures, that we can security. Don't forget, it's also about economic pressure and also security-wise.
Yes. The economic pressure is there. It has always been there. It's not just now. It has always been there. It will always be there. No matter how developed we are, there are still certain things that we will still be crying for. But at the moment, we also look at, we have to try to make effort to make do with what we have. Over-ambition has led so many people into unnecessary pressure. The little we have, we can manage. While working for that which we are looking for, or we hope to have, we try to put ourselves at the limits, or the level of our limit at the moment. We know everybody wants to have it or have so much, but then, no matter what you have, one can never be so satisfied. So how to also look at that. And when we look at, the security situation, everybody has to be security conscious. Everybody has to be. And normally we hear on the news, or they will say, if you see something, say something. And if we all take it that we are all responsible, and we have to fight it together. Not only leaving it for maybe, the government, yes, government has the responsibility, we all have to be in it. And the security agents are there, the police, the army, and all that. And they always tell us, if you see, try to report. I know the fear is always there. If I report, maybe they will look for me and all that. But we can also make the report anonymously. We can make it anonymously. And when you hear that maybe certain things are happening in certain places, then you can just send a message. And it is even better now, you can send a message to maybe on air and say, okay, this station, this radio station, television station, look at what is happening in certain place. I think with that, they will also help to make sure that things are done. And again, when we talk about insecurity, we may look at, as we were talking about the unknown gunmen and all that, what about the insecurity in the family? And around also the communities. We hear of so much domestic violence. I think we also contribute to the insecurity in the society. So if we begin from the home, as we normally say, charity begins from the home. So if I am a man of peace, I will be able to live in peace with somebody around me. I'll be able to give peace to the people around. And if my community is at peace, then the wider society will also enjoy peace. So if in my own community there is no peace, and I now begin to say, because my brother is involved, let me not speak. That my brother will turn out tomorrow to be a problem to me. Because when he makes sure that the community is not at peace, I also will not be at peace. And before you know it, he will begin to recruit his friends, bringing them in.
And they all join hands together to terrorize the community. So we begin from the home, we begin from the community. We tell ourselves they need to be together, to live together, to be at peace.
Okay, fine. Actually eager to say something. Now, running for that too. Let's just put our heads together in this. Now, when you go online, you see people saying that Christians, we have prayed enough. That it's not about praying and praying. And then you see the comedy aspect of it, where you see pastors, like Paragon. So when the bandits enter a church, you just shoot, stuff like that. It's funny, but I think we should actually look at it very well. Since Reverend Father is here. Reverend Father, seriously speaking.
Like an advice.
Yes, because people are saying that it's no longer prayers. You understand me? Yes, vengeance is for God. But these people are taking all they can chew. So they are actually saying now that we should also guide ourselves with arms. When you're going to church, guide yourself with arms. So that when they come, you take over. So what do you think? I know it's funny, but seriously speaking, what do you think of that? People think prayers are not working or what? But I think it's also working.
No, prayer still works. And prayer can never be overdosed.
No, not at all.
It can never be. Yeah. And carrying arms, I will say, is not the solution. For us to begin to carry arms, maybe in the church, in the market, everybody carrying arms, that will even be more dangerous than what we are experiencing now. So carrying arms will not be the solution. The solution will be, let us know that we are brothers and sisters. Let's bring back that family value. We are always being taught about African values, and part of the African values will be that idea of communalism, being together, seeing ourselves as one, seeing ourselves as a community, and in the community, everybody knows everybody. Someone knows that this is my brother, this is this. We know ourselves. We encourage ourselves. And when you see those things going wrong, talk to someone. Don't just say it does not concern me. You see, some of these things that did not concern certain people yesterday, it's now concerning everybody today. And if we keep saying it doesn't concern me, tomorrow may turn out to be something else. So carrying arms will not be the solution. It's not the solution. What about we carry arms when we go into the church and someone's arm now accidentally explodes, and then maybe you accidentally you hit on my relative, and I carry my, why did you do so? I hit on him. Your relative comes. My relative comes. Before you know it, the whole church, everyone becomes so troublesome. So that will not be the solution. Let us learn to be together.
Okay.
Let us learn to be together, and then we also pray. We pray to God. Prayer can never be overdosed. Yeah, it's keeps working. It's still working. It's still working. Now, in the Catholic Church, we have this prayer we normally say, prayer for Nigeria in distress. It has always been there. We keep praying it, and it is working. Some people will say, you have been praying, and then we are now experiencing banditry and terrorism. That means the prayer is not working. No, it is working. Who knows where Nigeria would have been today? So we all are praying. Christians are praying. Even Muslims are praying. The traditional worshippers are praying. Everybody is praying for the peace of Nigeria. You know, what we are experiencing is coming from the enemies of Nigeria. Enemies of Nigeria. Now, let me just add this. There have been all this idea of the Muslims are fighting Christians, the Christians are fighting Muslims. That is not the point. The point is not necessarily that the Muslims are fighting Christians or Christians are fighting Muslims. The point is that the enemies of Nigeria are the ones at work. And they now use all these people, they make it seem as if we cannot live together, but we are fighting ourselves. So if we are able to know ourselves, and we know we are brothers and sisters, that would be the solution, not carrying arms.
So what would be your words to people out there?
Okay, I will tell everyone, yes, this time is a time of celebration. As we celebrate, let us also be careful. Let us also move as brothers and sisters. Let us also be conscious. Even if we are moving as brothers and sisters, be conscious of your environment. And even if you go on your journey and you notice that the roads are not safe, go back home. Go back home. Your safety is the most important thing. And you are the first security of yourself before you think of the police or anyone. So let's be careful.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, to our family member. Thank you so much, Father Peter Isido. You have actually done justice to this very topic. And I know with this, we cope with the security conscience, we'll guide ourselves and be very careful, especially this festive period. Right?
Yeah, really,
yes, we need to be very careful. Yes, then say something. You say something. Yes, thank you. All right, it's still Garden City. Wonderful. In course of the week, Founder, I actually went somewhere. I went to this seminar where they organized, would I say a talk show? But these were disabilities, people living with disabilities, women and girls with disabilities. Wow. You know, I was touched. You need to see women, very beautiful women, but they have disabilities. But they are trying to teach them the way to go, especially online dangers. When it comes to online dangers, they should be careful. In fact, it was actually a great time there when I went to that show. I think we'll take that feature, right? So let's take that feature on Faith Care Foundation with people with disabilities, women and girls. And when we come back, we'll talk some more. Okay. The 25th of November is being celebrated as International Day of the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and the Fair Care Foundation Freaky Andrew Essen Care Foundation joined the rest of the world to celebrate 2025 16 days of activism against gender-based violence with the one-day seminar focused on advancing safety, rights and inclusion for women and girls with disabilities, with a theme, Unite to end digital violence against women and girls. Orange is the color for the 16 days of activism, and all the women with disabilities, disability advocates, students were on orange. It was an interactive section with women and girls living with disabilities as they all listened to the executive director of the foundation, Ambassador Ndifreke Andrew Essen. She taught them on digital safety, cyber protection, skills, gender rights, and how to identify and report cases of offline and online violence.
We want to have their number and where are they located, or how do we go about complaining if we have an issue.
The gender-based violence response hotline. So all of them will repeat and send that number to you. Number 2, FIDA's office in Bogota town. If you go to the NTA building, just ask for FIDA office, which is there. They have a dedicated person. Just go and leave your complaint. Digital violence against youth and women with disability. Does it exist? Yes. Is it real? Yes. Have you experienced it amongst you? Yes. Have I experienced it? Of course, yes. Cyberbullying and harassment is one type of disability violence. You know what makes me sad is if it is about a person with disability, now stepping out the wrong narrative, steadily about disability, how do people not be taking us seriously? Targeting girls with psychosocial disability, that one happens a lot. They just go there, so they notice, and then they want to attack some people. Do you know some people look at the way with disabilities, alright? Do you know? It's like rainbow. You think that's special? Wow. What are the ways to know somebody who is a creep? We call them creeps, we call them devotees. Go and check mutual friends, or that mutual friends, the people that are wrong and the person you know, check. You will not see all the disability, we know disability, but yet, only you, sir. Meanwhile, he doesn't have any disability, so he's not an advocate. But all his way, we may that is what we call, it's not lucky and it's very bad.
Other speakers, Barrister Evelyn Lebron Asile, Esquire, the chairperson of River State Stakeholders Committee on Gender-Based Violence, emphasized that combating gender-based and digital violence requires collective action.
How many people with disability are able to get into an institution, right from the primary to the secondary to the university level, and things are made easy for you? But because everybody in this room can agree with me that there is limited access to education. We must ensure that people with disabilities have equal access to protection, justice and support. This includes accessible shelters, sign language interpreters, learning materials, and adaptive technologies.
Representative of the newly opened Sexual Assault Referral Center under the River State Ministry of Social Welfare and Rehabilitation, Mr. Olubokiri D. Era, introduces the center to the women and girls with disabilities.
The River State Sexual Assault Referral Center provides specialized survival center services to ensure safety, dignity, and justice.
Call to action to women and girls with disabilities. Speak up, report abuse early, use safe digital practices and engage in peer advocacy to promote safer communities.
You have to stop digital violence against women and girls with disabilities.
Reflecting moments of past. Oh yes, NTA Harcourt Christmas party is here again with the theme, joy to the world, to share with you the beauty of this season. Come with family and friends. We have fun-filled, colorful and captivating activities like spoken words, drink competition, games, Christmas carnival parade, and a lot more. The arrival of Santa Claus. Date is Thursday, December 11, 2025. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Venue, NTA Harcourt Parades. Get fee 2,000 naira per participant. First time schools to register and first time schools to arrive. Secure 5 meeting slots for presentation of choice. Hurry now and grab these incentives. For bookings and inquiries, please call the following numbers: 080-33-11-4030 and 081-184-18181. Cheers to the spark of fun. Sponsors.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. Oh my
And NTA is going to be rolling out loud and wide. The kids, the adults, the mommies and the daddies. Like to party. And we have to give Madam to talk about it. Esther, over to you.
When it comes to the event, I tell you, NTA is number one. You cannot take it away from us. We make sure that our children are happy. We make sure that our parents are happy. I tell you, don't play with us because for me, running the variety, you will see me there jumping and making sure that you all are happy. Now, this promo has set the tune for us for the next discussion. So join us. We are final, right? What does me? Join us. Let's make welcome the event chairman committee, the assistant director, the marketing. Give it up to Mrs. Unit of
Details about what the program is about, the show, all the razzmatazz, all the rishi that is involved as well.
It's that season of the year again, it's that time, and I'm trying to get people into the mood, see my car, it's Christmas season, and you know, NTA holds a track record in parties, organizations. So this is not going to be a different one. This one is even going to be much better than previous ones. Come 11th December, we're going to have Christmas party here for children, for adults, for families. Just come with your 2,000 naira and come and have the fun of your life. You go with different souvenirs. There will be companies here to give you samples of their products. There will be wet samples, there will be dry samples. You will have a nice time. Good music, good DJ, good MCs. Just come and have a nice time and see how Esther rolls.
I know that it's going to be very fun. Everybody's going to have a nice time. But let's also talk about security-wise. You know how there used to be jump park like that,
Honestly, we don't take security for granted. We go the extra mile to put people in place, security personnel in place for the safety of our guests. We don't take chances about that at all. Come, if we are secured, don't be afraid.
Okay, right. I know also in your promo you said for the first 10 schools, you'll give them time to perform at least this time.
Yes, but those slots have been taken. Yes. Not all schools have registered and those slots are taken. However, if you still wish to participate or present something for 5 minutes, you still have 3 spots left. Come early on the day of the party. The first 3 schools to arrive will equally have opportunity to present for 5 minutes each.
Wow. So someone will ask what are we expecting, like games for the Christmas, just like you with the Christmas. You know,
different kinds of games. Games for children, games for their parents, balloon burst, egg rolling competition, ball picking, filling the bottles, sack race, tug of war. We have games for children, we have games for their parents.
So what are our colors? Is it uniform or mufti or there are special colors?
We advocate Christmas colors. We know the Christmas colors: white, red, green, gold. But in this case, officially we're using red and blue jeans. So you can take a cue from there and do the same. Otherwise, wear red and white, white and red. You can just mix all the colors.
Okay, so for someone that's just joining this program, what does it take to be in the show? Let's go again.
Just to wrap up. Only 2,000 naira. Just come with your 2,000 naira at the gates. Pick your tickets. Your ticket gives you a seat at the party. After the party, just go with your ticket to collect your gift item. Everybody who holds a ticket gets a souvenir.
Okay, and we will ask now, because I know it's going to be dancing. I shouldn't do that. Dancing. So I think we'll just give you a tip of advice where that's going to do. You know, some people is why sitting down very well, right? And then when you tell them to stand up, then it's a no. Alright, so let's give it back to Madam. Oh no, get too far, don't be makeup, oh, be finish your girl, December 2025. I tell you, I'm going to be one of the MC, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, fun. We are very active. Don't miss it. See you on 11. Let's go.
Okay, if you haven't seen we're still on. Let's go for this break. Right back.
To laugh, a season to share. It's a season to celebrate. Oh yes, Christmas is here again. The Nigerian Television Authority Port Harcourt Network Center invites you to celebrate with us as we usher in the Utah through our 2025 Carol of 9 Lessons with the team celebrating God's greatest gift to the world. Luke 2 verse 10, guest minister, Reverend Father Professor Walter A. Jirika, Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Special guest of honor, Her Excellency, Professor Mrs. Ngozi Odu, Deputy Governor, Rivers State. Chairman of the event, Sir Israel N. Amadi, Chairman, Rivers State Local Government Commission. Royal Father of the Day, Easy Barrister Gospela Onaku, the President General of Bako Ikwere. Mother of the Day, Mrs. Ifeoma Chukwugu, Administrator, Jefferson Comprehensive Secondary School, and other special guests. Host, Paul Ate, Zonal Director, Nigerian Television Authority, Port Harcourt. The event will feature musical performances and special rendition by selected choirs. Date, Wednesday 17 December 2025. Venue, NTA Port Harcourt Multipurpose Hall. Time, 3 p.m. prompt. Join us as we raise our voices unto God.
My people, all the roads, you don't need to go NTA Port Harcourt Gardens up on Friday the 26th of December. This month, birthday balls will join body with Christmas Carnival because in a season of merriment and pure enjoyment. Mama picking friends and loved ones. Oh yeah, make on a come for the Christmas you go dig ground. Enjoy the life you go dig around. Plus we go get a special shout out session. Come hear your people live. Now jolly full everywhere. Friday the 26th of December. The time is now 12 noon. The venue na NTA Port Harcourt Gardens. Ticket, adults na 2,000 naira. Children na 1,000 naira. We still dey invite vendors or make on a come. Even partners na 2 follow. For clearance, so you make on a call this number 080-370-69516, 080-330-91338 or 070-320-49337. NTA Port Harcourt Christmas birthday balls. You go shine well, you. Wame kono no miss at all.
Joy to the world is good. We bring it and all that is what is going to be calling your way on the 17th. That is good. This December, you don't have to miss it, right? And then we have the 17th. Of course, we told you about the children's party. And then on the 26th, roll it.
Yes. So Christmas Carnival.
Exactly.
On Boxing Day.
Exactly.
So we are loaded after the 11th of December, then the 17th of December,
and then the 26th.
And you know, amazingly, the carol we are going to be having different voices.
That's why we actually sound what we sound.
What is our voice?
Voice of the voices.
Voices.
Our voice. I mean, those
beautiful voices.
Voices.
And then the birthday balls.
Birthday balls is going to be hot. Yeah, and then we're going to be having a mix of December celebrants. Boxing Day all together. It's going to be hot. Don't find your way to NTA. It's going to be hot.
I tell you.
Mommy, daddy, everybody, please come.
Yes. And for all the shows, please, we need sponsors, right?
Yes.
If you know you love children, if you know you love God, you love to sing, you know you just love God, because this is generally about Christmas. Yes. With the carol at the birthday balls. Yes. So please come and do business.
And this is where we wrap it up on today. Hope you have a nice time.
Yes.
Join us same time next week.
Yes.
For Garden City Rendezvous.
Yes.
Bye.
Esther, everybody signing up.
Bye now, Kennedy.
Have a lovely week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.